You know, interestingly, the worst part about all this is the waiting. When they stop, everything stops. People, creatures, time, even magic. The process that is magic just stops when they're gone. I wander around a world that is caught in a frozen second. I suppose it could be worse. I can still make my way around the old-fashioned way. And now that I've managed to knock on the barrier, I have your world to entertain me. This strange spiderweb of magic you've managed to create is fascinating and intriguing. I've never seen anything like it. It seems to permeate every physical location on your world, even as it's completely separate from it. What is it you've called it? The internet? You had just mentioned that you were looking for a portal out of it. Gestures vaguely. All of this.
How to get out of that?
Have to get out of just all this mess. To which his reaction was, "Okay, let's see if we can help you." And together you start combing through the battlefield. So I'd like everyone to make a perception check for me.
Do I see any gold?
Oh, come on. They're dead, Nyla.
Also, they're trolls.
This may shock you, Nyla, but the horrible, mindless Shadowfell monster doesn't carry any cash with them. So, let's see, Selwyn. So you have never seen a portal between realms before, so you're really not sure what you're looking for, and looking through this horrible field of just a lot of dead people and trolls, it's kind of the worst. And it is during one of those exasperated moments where you're just like, oh god, I don't want to be here, and you look up toward the sky that you realize the portal looks to be actually hovering in the air. You can see it is flickering, almost like shimmering in the air above the battlefield. It's sort of hard to look at. It's like your mind doesn't really want to look at it because of how unnatural it is to perceive.
How high up is it?
Not very high, maybe like 5 feet up.
Oh, okay.
Taller than you.
Short joke.
You know, I could always just throw Nyla again. Directly into the air.
That was actually kind of fun, so I'm on board with that.
Salvador's like, are halflings alright if you throw them? I always thought they would get super offended if you tried.
I mean, if you
think
do it
that's
without my
dwarves.
permission, yeah, but...
The last
that
time
thing.
it was life or death, I don't think she would have minded.
Tactical
Did not-
halfling toss, huh?
I definitely did not mind in that particular situation. In fact, I think you and I got to work out a cannonball thing going on.
Code word cannonball. Lord Antarion, who had been helping you search the battlefield, he comes up beside you as you were all gathered around this portal, and he says, before you take this portal through, he sort of draws you aside, Ariazes. For some reason, he assumes you are the leader of the group.
Like, she's just like looking around like, okay.
Like, why are you talking to me? What's wrong? He says, a quick note about that trinket that you carry. He says, it represents the life debt of a lord of the Shadowfell, and you should use it only when your need is greatest, for life debts in the Shadowfell are not given lightly, and our vengeance can be terrible. He says, but if you need me, the command word is Eclipse.
I will do as you say.
I would write that down, Kay, in case I wasn't...
I am writing as you're
Okay,
speaking.
just checking. I can never tell what you guys will and won't write down. Like, for example, ominous blood prophecies scrawled in
I
broken
wrote that
temples.
down. I just didn't read that part of my
Look,
notes.
that's just,
Yeah,
it's
right.
so
I
banal.
would write blood prophecy, not actually what the blood prophecy said. I don't got time for that.
Once you have tucked away the little coin securely, he turns his eyes toward the weird shimmering portal in the air, and he says, be careful coming through these portals, they're often imprecise. You can't be sure precisely where on the other side you will come.
Well, that's ominous.
Sounds
It's
fair,
the Shadow
though.
Bell. Everything is ominous and imprecise and terrible.
It will be approximately the self-same location on the prime material plane, but like I said, it's imprecise, so be careful.
Nyla looks at Ariazis and is like, do you know where that is? Where are we?
Where are we?
Hey, we're close to Silvery Moon.
Yes,
Yeah.
you are in the Evermoors, technically.
Okay.
What's outside of the Evermoors? What are we gonna land ourselves in?
I mean, mud, maybe. Quicksand.
Hopefully not rocks.
Hopefully not, like, smack
Or
into a
ocean.
mountain or, yeah, rocks. That too.
Okay, great. Let's go. Thank you for your coin, dear sir.
He just nods. How do you want to go inside the portal? Do you want to go all in together or one by one?
Well, I mean, one of us is gonna have to boost Nyla. Like, it's just gonna have to happen.
Salvador says, "You can grab my shoulders! Nyla, come on!"
Oh, this is so humiliating, but she does it anyway.
And suddenly, for the first time in your life, Nyla, you see the world from the tall person's perspective.
She like looks very grumpily. I don't understand what you think is so fancy about being up here.
You can see people's faces and won't have to call us all children now. Sassy, I assume, is also attached to you, Selwyn.
Yeah, it's kind of like a...
By the one arm that they currently have.
Oh.
By the way, Sassy has been a non-stop bitch fest, so it's basically been business as usual the entire time.
Yeah.
Checks
It's
out.
much closer to my ear now.
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
God.
much closer.
Oh god, I forgot about that.
I wish I had silence.
So again, I ask, all together or one by one?
All together.
Yeah, as all together as we
altogether
can.
as we
It's
can.
yeah.
Sounds like, all right, well, on three, I suppose.
Okie dokie.
Yep.
Nyla just clutches onto Sal's ears.
Sounds like, ow, okay, well, we have found the drawback to this you riding on my shoulders thing.
Uses
I
his
need a
ears
saddle
as,
for
like,
this.
a rein.
I am not a horse! So you all count to three and you all step through. The process is a huge rush. You feel your stomach lurch, you feel this twist, you feel like you're spinning in midair, and then you realize you literally are spinning in midair. Oh my god, you are falling. You are about 500 feet in the air, and you are falling very rapidly.
Nyla casts Featherfall.
You cast Featherfall, you are about 500 feet in the air, so it's going to take a very, very long time.
Oh boy. Great.
That's okay.
Well, I hope we enjoy.
At least we are out of the Shadowpell now.
Yeah, a couple things that you notice about being out of the Shadowfell. There are colors. Colors exist here.
Oh god, color is amazing.
Like you are right now over a huge canopy forest, and I would like you to roll Ariazis, I would like you to roll plus survival to see.
Okay.
Like you have a very good geographical mind, but you are currently 500 feet in the air. So 26.
Oh, nice.
You're just showing
Hey!
off.
Yeah, I was like, I have proficiency in survival, okay?
Yeah, you sure do. Yeah, with a 26, imprecise indeed. Not only are you about 500 feet too high, you are about 100 miles southeast of where you were in the equivalent, in the Shadowfell equivalent. You are, in fact, over the High Forest. Yeah,
Guys, it's my house, sort of.
you can see your house from here.
That's the High Forest.
Salvador is, by the way, he's having a little mini panic attack, as apparently he's afraid of heights.
Oh no.
Nyla's like patting him on the head. She's like, "It's okay, Sal. It's all gonna be okay."
He's like
Look,
gripping
we're
you
just-
by the shoulders, like, please no,
Should I
can't-
turn into a bird? Do you want to ride me instead?
no. Can't we make the falling faster? No, don't make the falling faster. I changed my mind. I changed my mind. I don't want the falling to be fast.
I guarantee you don't want that.
Yeah, you don't. No. Mm-mm.
Also, I'd like to point out that even if Ariazi's changed into a bird, I don't think it would change anything. You'd still be like slowly floating.
That's true. You're right. I don't know how Featherfall works.
But yeah, as you are falling from this incredible height, you are reminded of all the very, very good things, the different things about the prime material plane for the Shadowfell. As you get lower, you can hear birds. That's not a thing that you've heard since you left the prime material plane, which is very nice. And also, there's nice wind up here. A wind is something you also have not felt in a while, and you can
Are we
smell things that aren't decay, which is nice.
Yeah.
Is it just nature? Like there's no city?
Well, from 500 feet up, you can see the impressions of cities in the distance, but you are currently over the high forest, so no cities here.
It's just trees, Nyla, just the way the high forest is supposed to be.
This is terrible. This is the worst thing that's ever happened.
Trees as far as the eye can see, and nothing else. Just pure wilderness.
We go from one hellscape to another.
Excuse me, this is my house. It's my home.
The entire forest is your house.
Exactly. It's all my house. That's what my father said anyway.
This is why nobody likes to hang out with you, Ariazis.
Excuse me.
I like trees.
Shut up, Selene.
Salvador's still having a panic attack. So this descent is extraordinarily slow, and everyone feels it. It takes you quite a lot of time, but eventually you do gently float down through the canopy. Probably Sal hits his head on a branch or something embarrassing on the way down. But yes, you land in the middle of the high forest, not far from a river, Ariazis. The Unicorn Run River, I believe is what it's called. And you realize that you are only about, 4 to 6 hours away from Qatar, from where you know he lives.
Hey, I know where we are. My father lives very close to here.
Salvador's bent over in half, breathing heavily, that was awful!
Deep breath, Sal. Deep breath. You're on ground now.
Kyle's patting his back and is just I don't know what's going on here. What?
Think
The air's so
like heights.
The air's a lot better down here.
I think I'm gonna puke. He eventually does stand up, though, and he looks around, and even to your cynical sensibilities, Nyla, the high forest is beautiful. The canopy of the trees is just loose enough that dappled sunlight is able to come through and shift in patterns on the ground. You can hear the sound of a river not far from where you are. There's various bird song and sounds of life all around you, and wow, does it ever make from a nice difference from being trapped in the Shadowfell, where everything sucks and is terrible.
It took 5 years to get anywhere.
Yeah.
So you are back in the prime material plane, and I am going to leave it entirely up to you where you want to go and what you want to do. There's a lot, from here you could theoretically go straight to Qatar and pop right into the Feywild. However, there's some stuff that you might want to wrap up while you are back in the prime material plane. Just a couple things.
Right.
I feel like there's an accusation there. I feel like we're
You
getting
know,
judged.
I don't agree. I feel like, the DM is really opening it up to us and
Yeah,
is
that's
not accusing
true.
us of anything, because I don't think there's anything we need to do, really.
What could
I don't
there
know,
possibly...
I got a scroll burning a hole in my bag.
What?
So where is the Feywild, or where are we in location to Baldur's Gate, for example, or Waterdeep? Where would the
Neverwinter.
Neverwinter.
You are in the middle of the high forest. Do you have that map of Faerun? I don't remember if I gave it to you.
Yeah, you know what? I'll just
Yeah.
Google it.
You are not far from the Star Mounts, the mountain range in the middle of the forest. So you are about as far from Neverwinter as you are from Waterdeep. Baldur's Gate is quite significantly further away.
Okay. I think Nyla looks around at all the trees and she's like, I could really use a city right about now.
It is at this point that Sal is looking around and says, "Wow, this place is beautiful. Ariazis, you live here?
Yeah, I grew up here.
Wow. I've never been in a place so pretty before."
Yeah. It's so nice.
It really is. So I pose the
Are you
question.
sure you guys don't want to, we are really close to my father. We can always come back, but, he makes really good food if you want to try.
Food, oh god.
Nyla looks alerted that she's like, we haven't had good food in weeks. All we've had is Sal's garbage.
Well, in fairness,
Which
it was
sustained us.
conjured garbage.
We
If
didn't
I
have
had
a choice.
actual food to cook over fire, I probably could have done much better job, but
That
Although-
wasn't meant as an offense
Fairly
to Sal. It's just I could use some meat. I could really use some meat.
I can cook. But so yeah, I posed the question, where do you want to go from here?
Right, but she's also, opening it up to the group. We could, but we could also loop back, if there's anything that she can't possibly think of anything that we'd need to do here.
Oh god.
Since we're already in the high forest.
There's so many things that we have to do. Oh my god.
What do we think?
Nyla looks around everybody and she's like, we got a lot of choices here to make. And I gotta tell you, I ain't too fond of the idea of going straight from one plane into another one. I like this plane. I was born on it. I'm very
That's
partial. I'm very attached to the current plane that we are standing on, even if it's full of god-awful trees.
I never thought I'd say this, but as soon as you are taken away from your home, you realize everything else just can't measure up, especially when everything else is horrible Shadowfell places with
True.
lots of monstrosities and things that want to eat your face.
And we do have a somewhat urgent matter that we left with the Tremaine Lords.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I think what we should do is we should maybe go see Qatar, take a little rest time, and then head back to the Tremaine estate and settle some things.
Okay. Salvador does not look particularly enthusiastic about having to do this.
Yeah.
We're just gonna try to figure out, what happened back in Baldur's Gate. We don't do anything you don't want to, Sal.
I know. I'm not saying I won't. I'm just saying that I'm not particularly enthusiastic about the idea of doing it.
I know. You made that very clear, and we understand. I think I understand. But that doesn't stop the fact that it's important. It could be, well, like I said, I'm not going to try to talk you into it. I'm just saying that we got to figure out what happened in Baldur's Gate so we know what's going on.
Yeah, I know. All right, that's fine.
I really want some deer. Could I just eat some deer, please?
There are plenty of deer in the forest, Nyla. But first, I have to send a message, because if I don't, he'll be very angry, because he doesn't like it when people randomly show up.
How do you send a message? Is it a druid thing? Is it a secret druid thing? Like you whisper a word to a bird and the bird goes off and talks to the I don't know anything about druids.
Do you talk to a fucking tree? You talk to a fucking tree.
Do you talk to trees? Ariazis, can you talk to trees?
I can, but I don't have that prepared right
You
now.
can
I do
talk
have animal.
to trees? What
I
do you
can.
say to
I can. I don't have that prepared right now.
What kind of conversation do you have with a tree?
I've had better conversations with trees than with you, Nyla.
Oh.
Burn!
Anyway, yeah, she does have speak with animals prep.
I was gonna say I also have sending, which I can prep.
Oh, that's
As you
true.
turn around, Nyla starts throwing ball bearings at your head.
All right.
Not large enough to do damage, but large enough to be annoying.
They get lost in Ariazi's horns and the moss. Like, all right, whatever. What did you say that you had, Val?
I have sending, which allows me to send a short message, 25 words or less, to a creature I'm familiar with.
Oh, yeah. You could do that. That would be really funny. Please tell me how he responds. She's like absolutely in the mood to like fuck with him right now, with her dad right now. Like, okay.
All right, Selwyn, you have 25 words. What do you say?
Hello, Qatar. It's Selwyn. Ariasis and I are in the forest with our companions, and we're coming to visit.
All right, let's do a quick cut back to Qatar. What is Qatar doing when this message arrives in his head? As K, not Ariasis. K,
yeah.
specifically
Yeah.
K.
He's probably out and about. Just I would say he probably is. Well, it depends on what time of the day it is.
We'll say it's a little after noon.
Okay. Afternoon. So probably he's doing druidy things. I don't know, like checking on trees, just wandering. He's very
You
weird
know,
like that.
druid shit like that.
Right, exactly,
Checks
druid
on
shit.
trees.
Yeah.
Like,
He's
how
a
do you
hermit. I gave him the hermit background, so as long as it doesn't involve talking to people, he's doing that. Probably up in a fucking tree, like, look at my beautiful, my beautiful home. I love it so much.
I love how it's like the druid's answer to what he's doing is, I don't know, druid shit, probably.
Right.
Um,
Exactly.
So he's off doing druid shit or whatever, and then suddenly a strange voice appears in his head and relays the message that Val just articulated.
Oh, yes. Selwyn, hello. Why didn't she not just send a raven or a deer? I don't understand that
You have
child.
25 words. I like to imagine that Qatar doesn't know that and he just runs out of words halfway through his
that's fine.
response.
Yeah, you can just cut off, like, I don't understand why she didn't just, and then...
Alright, so Qatar has been notified, and you know exactly where to go, Ariazis, to get to his little abode. I won't call it a home, because it's not a home in the traditional sense. It's not a house in the traditional sense. It is a home in the traditional sense.
Right.
But yes, you follow Ariazis deeper and deeper into the high forest, so give us a quick description of Qatar's house and his whereabouts he lives.
Okay, yeah, like I said, I did choose the hermit background for him, so He likes being like as far away. I mean, there's still a village, but at the same time, like he's kind of outside of that, and he's just really, really like an angry hobo in the woods type.
Lean into the aesthetic.
Exactly. He's just that dude, just angry hobo, like, what are you doing in my woods? So, yeah. So he has a little abode. So basically, he's got this little cute little. It's got a door, like it's a house that is hidden in the tree, like you wouldn't notice.
It's a tree house. You can say it. It's fine.
Yeah, it's a tree house. That's fine. It's a house in a tree. It's not in the tree. Anyway.
It's a tree house. Don't take this from me.
Fine, it's a tree house. So yeah, if you weren't looking for the door, you wouldn't see it. Because you would just be like, it's a tree. What? Oh my god, there's a door there. You're probably, like, if you see her, like, walk up to a tree, they're like, oh my god, she's gonna do druid shit. And then she knocks, and they're like, what the fuck?
So yes, you walk for the better part of, like, 4 or 5 hours, and then Ariazis, perhaps possessed by madness, goes up to a tree and knocks on it.
So what do all of you do when you see that?
Stare at you in horror.
Just kind of
I think I turned to Selwyn and I'm like, she's finally lost it. This is it.
She's
a
calls
druid,
out.
so maybe, I don't know.
Like, I know you were into her, but I'm just saying, I think it's the end.
Yeah,
So
she
it's
calls
just
out in
horrified.
Druidic, like, Dad, Father, are you home? I did notify you through Selwyn.
Real quick, what language is that? Druidic?
Yeah, Druidic.
Sal sits up in surprise when he hears you speak it. And yes, okay, so Qatar hears his daughter's familiar voice. For the record, it has been about 2 years since Qatar has seen Ariazis, which for the life of an elf is like fucking nothing.
Right.
So he's not. Any other parent would probably be very, very worried. But an elf is like, oh yeah, it's been like a week. How you been living? All right, describe what comes to the door, or what doesn't if he just leaves them outside.
Yeah, I have this idea that, like, there's no answer. He's not there at all. Yeah, as soon as he got the message, he's like, fuck, now I have to go hunting. I have to feed them. So he is not answering at all. And she's like, oh, okay, well, anyway, I know how to get in. So she just, like, lets herself in and, like, opens the door, unlocks it, whatever.
Salvador follows you inside. What language were you speaking just now, Ariazis?
Druidic. We can do
Oh.
that. Secret druid stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because, you know, if I said in Elvish, he might be like, who the fuck is this? Even though he knows me, but, like...
Did you understand it, Sal?
Yeah, I think so. Which is a little weird. I wasn't aware I spoke Druidic. Again, I guess there's a lot I don't know about myself. Oh, God. I'm laughing, but I am in a lot of emotional pain right now.
Ariazis is kind of fascinated, though, and she's like, really? And, like, says in Druidic, can you understand me?
And in Druidic, he answers, yes, I can.
Wow, you guys, he can speak it back.
Sal looks nervous.
Anyway, so make yourselves at home. He's probably out hunting or something. He'll be back.
All right, you all push inside the treehouse. What's the look on the inside?
Fancy. I did not get a picture for that, but I can basically. It's just like a
This
house.
is a podcast. You don't need a picture.
Yeah, I know, but I mean like a picture for me to describe it. But basically, it's as though somebody had like carved out the inside of a tree and basically used the tree as much as possible, like in their design. So it's like a house that's made of the tree with the tree.
Cool.
Inside the tree, yeah. So it's
So it's
very
just like
cool.
a couch made of wood, and it's like really uncomfortable.
No, there's
Probably
like
cushions.
yeah, I was like, there's like, you know, furs and stuff for like blankets and whatnot, and yeah, of course, like some cushions, but not a lot of decoration. I would say, like I said, he's a hermit, but doesn't really feel the need to decorate. And even when Ariazis live there, like, she's like, eh.
What are decorations anyway? All right, so you are alone in this empty treehouse. Sal's looking around like, wow, this place is charming, I think. It's very, very rustic, I think is the
Yes,
word I'm
I
looking
was-
for.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can say what you mean, Sal. It's all right.
No, I do mean it. It is charming. It's just also very rustic.
It is. It
Like
is
very,
rustic.
very rustic.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Nyla can't help herself when she goes to new houses. She just has to look and see if there's anything valuable. She's not gonna do it. She just has to check.
Ariazis, is there anything valuable?
Depends on what would Nyla think is valuable?
Like shiny shit, like gold or like.
This is
yeah,
Nyla we're
not-
talking about.
Right.
Anything
Like,
that glitters.
Raven.
Yeah, I was
or
like,
if it's got a raven on it.
right. Druids don't wear any metal, so there's nothing shiny per se, but there's probably sparkly stuff.
There could be gemstones.
Yeah,
Druids can
I
touch
was thinking gemstones.
yeah.
So what are you specifically looking around, like under things, or like?
She's like surreptitiously doing it, so like she's like sidling over, and she's just like, "Oh yeah, this is great. It's great. Love this couch. Love it." Lifts up like,
Lifts up the edge of the couch.
So it says, no, that's probably a bad idea, what you're thinking right now.
I'm not. What are you talking? What are you talking about? She puts the like the thing down guiltily.
We're all your friends here. We know what you're doing.
I wasn't doing it, and she just walks back to the center of the room. She's like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
So how long
I
are
was
they
gonna-
alone?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, as Nyla is like rooting around silently.
Surreptitiously.
Yeah, right behind you. You hear, "What are you looking for?"
I was nothing. Now throws the pillow back at the couch.
So everyone turns and beholds Qatar. Give us a quick description,
A
Ariazis.
quick, beautiful description.
And you
So
can
see
put. And I
this-
know you have a picture, a face claim.
Yeah, I do. I do. So you see this dark-skinned wood elf with long dreadlocks and lots of feathers and bones around his neck. Like, he's obviously much, much taller than Nyla. But he does have a bit of beef to him, so he's like, towering over you and like looking down at you like,
I just said nothing. She just like walks back to the like she like goes to like disappear behind Ariazi's legs and Selwyn's legs.
Selwyn just kind of pinches her brow and just shakes her head.
In the background, you hear the tiniest. Oh no.
he like completely ignores everyone. He goes over to Selwyn like, just that sending thing, just and he looks at Ariazi's like,
Sorry, Ariazis thought it'd be a good joke.
and then he turns to Ariazi's like, I should have figured. And Ariazi's is just grinning like, I bother.
Oh,
We've been
no.
in the Shadowfell for so long, anything funny was just needed.
You were where?
The Shadowfell?
And tell me, little sapling, he's looking at Ariazis. What were you doing all the way there? Oh, stuff.
Oh no.
Dangerous stuff. Anyway, hi, it's nice to see you again. She hugs him.
We're all okay.
We're fine now.
No loss of life for limb. Except for Sassy.
Sassy's like, yeah, I lost lots of limbs. Not that anyone seems to care.
We're gonna
Qatar
get
did not notice Sassy until now, and he's like, oh dear God.
He also probably, actually, I don't know. I mean, Stormy probably would have immediately trumped off because there's so many trees here.
But yeah, anyway, he turns back to Senwyn like, it's good to see you again, my dear.
It's good to see you too.
Sassy's like,
Warrior.
it's good to see you, since no one seems to care about me. I am also here. I remember you, Elfie man.
Sassy.
What?
Elfie man.
The
I
trick
am
is
a
getting
man.
it to shut up.
And I am an elf. That is a very good observation for someone without eyes.
Ha! I like him.
Good. I'm so glad I have the approval of the thing that's dead.
As a druid, Qatar probably has a deep, abiding revulsion for anything that is undead.
Yeah, right. He's like, great. Thanks for bringing that into my house.
It's just Norman. Skull can't do much.
I'm also most of a ribcage, I'll have you know.
Yeah, but what are you gonna do with that?
Sassy rattles their bones, just to demonstrate that they can.
It
Thought you
strikes
didn't
fear
like
into the
that.
heart of everyone.
By the way, is anyone hungry?
Nyla pops out and says, "Yes, absolutely."
Great. I'll make you something. Arises, come help. And she, goes off and helps him, like, yay! She loves cooking with her dad. She's like, yay! I'll be back, guys!
Okay.
And they go off and make you guys some good soup. If anybody wants a deer, you have to tell him now, and he'll go out and get you one.
And a deer!
That Nyla is going to eat all by herself.
Yeah, exactly, a whole deer.
Yes.
Does anybody else want a deer, or just the halfling?
Never underestimate the appetite of a halfling.
I don't know. It seems like this one cares more about gold than food.
It's not inaccurate. Where's the food though?
You're in my house. You will wait.
Is it really a house? I'm not trying to be
Yes,
contrary.
it's a
I'm just saying
house.
it's mostly a tree.
Nyla.
As it should be.
Oh god. Oh, it's just like
Everybody
you.
lives in different types of houses. Some live
Okay.
in stone, some live in wood, some
You
live
know
in
what?
trees.
I'm gonna go. I'll shoot the deer. I'll be back.
Good luck with that.
You're just gonna
How are you gonna
leave?
find it?
Nyla got a lot of experience with hunting.
Nope. But
I'm
she
gonna
has
go
a
with her. Make sure
she has a
takes care
short
of herself.
bow.
Qatar just like pokes his head like around and is like, she's gonna get lost and she'll never come back.
I'll go with her.
Salvador looks frantically like, I could go to the deer. And he immediately stands up and like bolts out of the room.
Qatar just like looks at his daughter like, what is wrong with that one? Ariazi's just like, yeah, yeah. She doesn't even answer the question, just, yeah, that's Sal.
So Nyla has gone up to the woods and she's gotten about like 5 trees out and she is already lost.
So let's have her accompaniment, since she apparently does not know how, roll survival to see if they can catch a deer and get back safely. But you rolled a dirty 20.
Oh,
Nice.
I should probably open Salvador's character sheet, huh? That would be good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, survival is based on wisdom, and Sal's wisdom is 20, so he's got really good.
That explains why I have a 0.
So yeah, Sal is able to navigate you all pretty easily around. Like, he's not intentionally going very far out of the woods, and the whole time he's like hyperventilating. which is kind of amazing that you're able to actually catch and
I
kill
don't
a deer.
catch anything. Like,
Yeah.
Anybody gonna ask?
But I mean,
I
he's got a
can't, 'cause I'm helping
23,
my dad
so
cook.
Nyla's like looking at him and she's like, Sal, are you?
I'm gay. I have to say it out here because I couldn't say it in there. It's really awkward.
I think everyone knows that, Sal. It's very obvious.
Yeah, I know. But when I see someone who's very attractive, I have to announce that I'm gay. Otherwise, I don't know. Things build up in my brain, and then I'll start to explode or something. I don't know. Probably.
That's an extreme reaction. I don't know how you people do this thing.
I don't know either.
Nyla looks at Selwyn and is like, you know what this is like. Help him.
I mean, did you see how I reacted with the Raven Queen? This is basically his version.
Yeah, so you know how to make him calm down. I don't know how to tell you people to calm down. I just keep saying it.
0 chill. Are you kidding me?
I mean, that's like your normal self, so I don't really know what's going on.
So with a 20 and a 23, you find a deer in pretty short order and kill it and bring it back. And Sal, like all the way back, Sal's wondering, he's like, I just won't say anything. I'll just keep quiet the whole time, and I won't open my mouth, and I won't say nothing.
Why don't you just try saying you're gay to him? Just
No!
try. Just say it.
No! He's
How
my
long are you
friend's
guys gone?
dad! It's so weird!
What if I said it?
Sal, maybe what you could do is find a way to compliment him on his home.
No!
Thing.
If I say anything, it's gonna be I'm gay! I don't want that!
It's okay, little buddy. It's okay. We got this. You got this. You got this. Just
I just won't say anything.
calm down.
I just won't
Take
say
some deep breaths.
I just won't say nothing.
In and out. Okay.
So you all come back. It probably takes you... I mean, with a 20 and a 23, that's pretty good. So you're
Yeah.
probably back within an hour. And I imagine it's whoever's got the highest strength between... I hate to say this, but I think it's probably Sal, which is hilarious.
Right? The
I've got a
twink
10.
with the muscles. Maybe he's a twunk.
He is not a twunk. Cannot overemphasize enough.
Yeah, no, I've got a strength of 10, so...
Yeah.
not
So you guys
surprised.
come back with your deer in tow.
Yep.
Yup.
Sal has it slung over one shoulder, and he's just gonna be like, I won't say anything. I'll just keep my mouth shut the whole time I'm here. But yeah, eventually he lays the deer over the tail, like... And he opens his mouth to say something, and then thinks better of it, and then just makes a gesture at the deer, like, ta-da!
Nyla looks at Sal and looks at Qatar, and she goes, "Sal's gay," and then she just walks away.
Sal stares after you with vengeance in his eyes.
Qatar just like stares at you and he's like, all right, so am I. So is Ariazis. Good talk. do Then he like leans over to Ariazis and Druidic is like, does that one talk? I don't think he can. He doesn't seem to be able to. And she's like, oh, he does, and he can understand you. Interesting. Qatar gets very close to Sal and he's like, in Druidic, thank you for the deer. All right, I will go clean it. That was a very odd response. Are you going to help, or should I ask my daughter to?
Selwyn is literally cracking up. Playing Selwyn cracking up as well as me cracking up.
It's all just laughter at Sal's inability to do anything like a normal person.
I imagine he's just making like fish face, like open mouth and like not saying anything. Like,
Oh it's very, very closed, very, very tightly closed mouth. Because the minute he opens his mouth, it's like a scream. It's like a sustained scream that's just going on inside his head constantly. It only manifests when he opens it.
Selwyn makes a little shooing motion at Sal to just go on.
He looks at he does not know what he's supposed to go on to. Clearly.
I point to the deer. Go on.
if you're not going to help me, Ariazis can. It's fine.
He goes over and he starts slaughtering the deer. He starts, cutting it up.
Okay.
He did not realize that he could do this, but apparently he can, which is another thing that's going to just add to the existential crisis in his head. It's fine. It's all fine. Everything's fine.
That's impressive. Ariazis, I'm impressed. Your friends know how to skin a deer.
We're impressed too, actually.
Yeah, actually, I didn't know he could do that either. That's so cool, Sal. You didn't tell us that you could do that.
I didn't know I could do that!
Oh. Like, Qatar looks like he wants to ask more, but Ariazi's just like, nope, X stay on the asking it.
Oh yeah, so you all start to prepare dinner. How are Qatar's cooking skills?
I would say they are...
I mean, living alone, they've got to be at least passable, right?
Yeah, exactly. Passable, like, pretty good, at least. Like, that's where, he raised Ariazu, so that's where she learned how to cook. So, yeah, I would say, yeah, decent, pretty good.
So you all create a nice sumptuous dinner, and then I imagine probably Qatar would want to interrogate them about where it is they've been.
Yeah, exactly. He's like...
They said something about the Shadowfell, which is distressing. Qatar knows the Shadowfell is one of the more dangerous places in the multiverse to be.
Mm-hmm. So, I have fed you. Now, could somebody please explain why my daughter had to be in the Shadowfell with you?
Salvador looks nervously at Selwyn.
Selwyn fidgets.
Selwyn, you're a sensible elf. Surely you can explain why you went somewhere so dangerous.
Takes a giant breath and... Okay, alright, so there was this blood prophecy, and there's, do you know about the world pillars? There's, really, really highly magical artifacts, one in Shadowfell, the material plane, and the Feywilds, and we had to go get the one in the Shadowfell, and it was terrible, but we did it! Yay!
Does Qatar know about the world pillars? Go ahead and have him roll Arcana for me. With a 17, yeah, you know what the world pillars are. It seems strange to Qatar that anyone would need to take the world pillars for anything. Like, what are you gonna do with them? So far as you know, all they do is hold matter together.
You were searching for them, and did you say you took one? Why?
I kind of glance over at Ariazi's like, how much do I tell him?
Yeah, okay, so she's like, in Elvish, like, as Selwyn mentioned, blood prophecy, very important, and Qatar emphasizes very dangerous. Yes, I know. I like that, and that's not going to stop me from getting into danger. If you say something's dangerous, I'm just gonna do it, Dad. He's like...
I failed in raising you.
Like, why are you so much like me? Goddamn. And yeah, she explains about the blood prophecy and like, well, we need them because Bishava, he like, doesn't like that name. Okay, she would just like, I guess she would just be very honest and be like, well, since this is going to worry you anyway, this entire quest, might as well just tell you everything. You know, we've been followed by the goddess Bashava. And he's like, you've been what?
She's been manifesting around us.
Yeah, manifesting, that's a good term for it. And
Another good term is stalking. That's a good term for it.
yes, another great term is stalking, and I think she's a little crazy. We never know who she's talking to. She always is speaking, but every time we answer her, she always says she's not talking to us. And he's just kind of like, yeah, that sounds pretty crazy.
But the good news is that we got one of the world pillars before she could take it, so that, I mean, I wouldn't call it a good thing, actually. It turns out the world pillar is actually extraordinarily dangerous. I mean, I don't know what we were expecting, but, yeah.
Also surprisingly cranky.
Yeah, you're the only one who talked to it, Nala, so we don't know. We cannot confirm or deny that.
That it
Qatar would
was
be like, you can talk to world pillars? What?
Yeah, I didn't know you could either until I touched it, and then it started speaking. And like I said, it was a very cranky pillar.
Yeah, Father, she's the only one who did, so I don't even know what it looks like, but apparently.
And also, apparently, we're gonna need to get the other one in the Feywild.
And the other one in the prime material plane. So, like, here.
And Ariazi said that you might know how to get to the Feywild. Is that true?
It is true, though I don't advise going there. But if you must, I do know how to get there, yes.
Funny story, that's what they said about the Shadowfell.
I would say that you should finish up anything that you need to do before you go.
And also, it is worth mentioning. You haven't explained to them how you know, like, where the entrance to the Feywild is, the one that you know of, Qatar. But it is worth noting that it would be ill-advised to just take them to it. Like, you
Right.
should ask for permission first. They are like elven royalty. And just going up and
Right.
being like, hey, I found these assholes in the woods. They
Yeah,
want to go
like,
into the Feywild.
Right.
It would be the height of impropriety if you didn't ask for permission first.
Okay, yeah, so he's going to be like, also, I can't just take you there. I have to ask their permission first.
Who's they?
There's a family that guards the entrance to the Feywild, and they are very important, and I need their permission. I cannot just lead anybody in for no reason.
So Wayne is
yeah, that
thinking to
sounds-
herself really, really hard and trying not to say it. Sounds easier than getting past a Nightwalker.
I mean, yeah, that's a good point. That was really spooky.
Oh shit, did I say that out loud?
Yeah, a little bit.
100% said it out loud.
Oh no.
I mean,
My
I
lips
agree.
skip.
I agree.
Yeah, would Qatar know what a Nightwalker is?
Roll Arcana again.
Okay.
Nope, he does not know what a
No.
Nightwalker is. But that's
Right.
not entirely surprising. A Nightwalker is really out of a druid's wheelhouse.
Right. A what? A Nightwalker?
Oh, it's like 20 feet tall, and it eats your
Sal,
soul,
Sal.
and it... What? Why? What? He's like looking at Nyla. Why are you all staring at me?
We were trying not to worry her father.
Oh, but it's okay. We had a very large paladin friend help us. And also a very powerful wizard friend who died. Now that
Yeah,
I-
my face is like...
And he's like, oh yeah, he's just remembering that. Like, oh yeah, he's dead now.
And then like Qatar's like looking at Ariaz, he's like, And she's like, I would just like to remind you, like switches back to common, like immediately. Like, but I just like to remind you, Dad, Father, that you know I'm not a little sapling anymore. I'm a big oak tree now. I can do whatever the fuck I want. You can do whatever you want, that's true, but I can still have opinions about it. Yeah, the Nightwalker. Yeah, so he said, yeah, basically you have to ask, he has to ask permission first.
Fair.
Well, alright. I mean, that makes sense, I suppose.
Is there anything we could do that would help get permission? Any,
That's a
don't
good
know.
question, DM. Is there anything that would help them?
So the Anarine family, they're interested in preserving the sanctity and welfare of the glade, the head of the Unicorn Run River. They're not unfriendly, but they are very suspicious of outsiders. It's very uncommon that they will let any non-druid or non-nature worshiper into their midst. And it would be... Qatar would hesitate to even take them into the glade without asking permission first, let alone having them go straight through through the fairy ring and into the Feywild. So if, for example, they had the good word of a powerful druid like Qatar, that would be a very good point in your guys' favor to let them in. But he would definitely advise against, like, he would want to ask permission alone. He wouldn't want to.
Yeah, no, I just mean, like, if there was, like, any kind of offering or something that we could send with him.
An offering? Maybe. If you had something in mind, Selwyn, it probably wouldn't go amiss.
I didn't really, that's the problem, that was me asking.
Tree shit. Just send tree shit.
Here's a branch I found in the woods. As a symbol of my goodwill.
Milo's like, this is what you people like, isn't it?
Salvador hesitantly offers, I've got my scroll of pedigree that can prove who I am and my connections. Would that help?
Would they care about his connections?
They might. I mean, they're basically, like I said, they're basically elven royalty.
Yeah, royalty, yeah.
So it might bolster their Qatar's never met them. It's not the kind of place you just go to. Like, you have to have a reason to talk to them. But, so it might bolster their opinion of them.
He's gonna, like, think, and, oh yeah, I forgot, yeah, he has a beard, so he's gonna, like, stroke his beard, like...
Salvador in the back's like, oh no.
That could work.
Please don't do that.
I've never visited them personally,
Please
but
stop doing that. It's very distracting.
And he taps his lip like,
no,
yeah,
stop, please. That's right.
He like looks at Ariaz. He's like, now you're like waltzing around with important people.
I'm not important. I'm not important.
He's like, pedigree. Fancy friends you have there.
Please just take it. He sticks the scroll of pedigree. He's like, just take it, please.
Oh, all right. No need to get upset. I will.
I'm not upset.
Sal.
We should get him out of here. Somebody want to take him for a walk, maybe, or
well, maybe we should
to Neverwinter.
Go do our things, and then my father can ask them for permission, and then we can come back. I can send him a message.
Oh, by the way, the item is called Scroll of Pedigree, Ariazis, and you can put it. This is the description. You can have Qatar roll history to see if he recognizes the seal.
Okay.
Yeah, he recognizes it at once. This is the signet of House Porter, which is one of the four the dukedly houses of Baldur's Gate. If he is indeed the heir of House Porter, he is he's got a lot of weight behind that name.
Yeah, like his eyebrows sort of raise as he like looks at Sal.
I have to go. He immediately leaves.
And then looks at Ariaz. He's like, that one is very strange. I just want to point out, Father, in common, so everyone can understand that I'm burning you right now. I am definitely insulting you because you live alone in the house in a tree. And he's like, good point. I do hate people. That is very, very true. And
that's a good observation, yes.
Maybe someone should go check on him in case he
he's having a panic attack out in the woods.
Out in the woods alone. I mean, I don't really care that much, but
yes,
I guess he's your friend, Ariazi, so...
He appears to be some sort of druid in a past life, so he'll be fine.
Yeah, we don't really know what skill is there.
I don't really know. We really should get some Neverwinter.
Before that, we should quickly explain.
Yeah, is there anything else you want to explain or ask Qatar? Explain to him or ask him?
Yeah, I feel like Selwyn would fill him in a little bit on what they know of Sal's situation, which is that his memories are, under a very, very high-level modify memory spell. That we're also trying to find somebody who can help remove that, but he's a little skittish about it, understandably.
That does make sense.
As you all are having this discussion, as you are explaining to Qatar, oh yeah, he's under a modified memory spell, he doesn't know where he's coming from outside you hear a very large and the entire tree rattles. And then you hear Sal, oh my fucking god!
Selwyn dashes for the door.
Is there another gay person out there? Jesus.
Everyone runs. Yeah, Qatar's like, what was that? And then Ariazis also goes to check.
It is a size large stone golem, and it has thrown Sal over one of its shoulders.
What the fuck?
Sal's like, help! Somebody help! Oh god! He's trying desperately to get out, and let's all roll initiative.
Oh, that's not good.
What have you brought to my house? Qatar is angry.
The initiative roll order has been set. To put this tableau into focus, you all come barreling out the door of Qatar's hut. You see this massive stone golem with Salvador thrown over one shoulder. It looks like he's about to haul stone ass out of here. And as you all are beholding it, and you can see, only part of Salvador's body is blocking its chest, but you can see, indeed, chiseled into its chest are the words, "Vengefully, the Exarch."
Oh, great.
Again? What do you mean again, Ariazis? What have you brought to the forest?
Help, please!
We should
We're on
probably
it.
So let's start with the top of the
We're on
order
it.
with Ariazis.
Point of order while Kay thinks what she's doing. We did not have any sort of rest yet, have we?
Nope!
Nope, we have not.
Cool. Just checking that my spell slots were accurate.
Yeah. She's going to transform.
Into a bear? Yes?
I was not thinking that Ariazis would be a bear.
Well, then what's even the point of being a druid, I ask you?
I mean, we are in the woods, I guess. I'm just looking at all the cool stuff I can transform into now that I can.
Oh, it's bear o'clock. Oh, it's bear o'clock.
All right. Let's see.
What kind of bear?
What kind of bear? Probably a brown bear.
Yes!
She'll be a brown bear, yeah.
A brown bear. Excellent.
Yep.
So Ariazis immediately turns into a giant, evil, fluffy bear.
Yep.
With horrible, with beady black eyes and round, fluffy ears and little paws.
Yep, and grrr, she does that thing. And I have multi-attack, so bite and claw. So
Okay.
this is bite. And then next one is claw.
That was a natural one, my friend.
Oh no.
Oh.
Next one is claw. This is the claw. The bite misses, but the claw
The 19 is a hit, yes.
Yes,
so
okay,
claw
so
damage.
is 11 slashing damage.
11.
Mm-hmm.
78 minus, what was it? 11?
Yeah.
Alright. That was Ariazi's turn. Anything else you want to do on this turn? Anything you can do on this turn? I don't know how to druid.
No, I've already. Although that was my bonus action as morphing, but other than that, attacking, can't really do anything. So nope. Because I
Okay.
didn't cast anything before I. Yeah, whatever. I'm done.
Okay. Next up in the order is Selwyn.
Okay.
My very favorite dead loving elf.
Goth.
Goth to the bone.
Bone, because it's goth. We have jokes here at Crit Fail Club.
Okay, so I'm gonna start out by doing True Strike.
Excellent.
Good call. Good call.
True Strike, insight into its defenses, correct?
Yes.
It is immune to poison and psychic damage,
Okay.
and it is also immune to the usual bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-magical weapons that aren't made of adamantine.
Okay.
It is condition immune to charmed, exhaustion, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, and poisoned. Basically, it's a golem. Like, if you can't do it to a construct, you can't do it to this thing. And it has dark vision.
I share all that information with the team, and I cast Magic Weapon on Nyla's rapier.
Ooh.
Yes.
Nyla, your rapier now glows all magic-like.
Sweet. What is?
So
Does that just make it magical?
It's a +1 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls, and it becomes a magic weapon.
Sweet.
So it can be actually used for, attacking. So that was a bonus action and my action, and I guess that's all I can do.
Yep, you have advantage on your next attack roll against it, which is nice.
Yep.
It is Salvador's turn. Salvador isn't going to be able to do much of anything unless he gets out of this grip, so it's going to be a contest of dexterity versus strength. Oh, that's not a good roll.
Uh-oh.
And the stone golem has
five.
a +6. So yeah, it doesn't matter. They both rolled really bad, but the modifier is, yeah.
Yep.
So Salvador, he can't really do anything. He tries to get out, and he can't. He's like, oh my god, what's happening? Next up in the order is Qatar.
Oh boy. I'm so excited to play this. All right.
Did I set it up for Qatar to literally rescue Salvador? Maybe.
Maybe all the fucking things you gave him. Good God.
Will
What?
Salvador be literally swept off his feet? Let's find out.
Yeah, I'm gonna use Oath Bow first.
That is a magical weapon. Is he gonna be a sworn enemy?
Oh boy, it sure. Like he's gonna like look at Ariazis and she's like gonna nod like yeah, definitely. And he's like, all right, I suppose. And he notches Oath Bow and he's swift death to you who have wronged me.
It's so petty. I love it.
Right. So the target of your attack becomes your sworn enemy until it dies.
This random golem that he's never seen before is now a sworn enemy.
Dramatic.
You came into my house, you abducted
Right.
my guests.
Like God, how dare you?
First of all, how dare you?
Yeah. So how does this work? It's +1, so I roll plus.
It's a
I
regular.
add the proficiency. As
You
well.
add your proficiency, your dexterity modifier, I believe, because longbow is a finesse weapon, and also +1 because it's just a +1 magical weapon.
Okay.
The longbow is a finesse
7.
weapon, right, Val? You
Uh,
played Vasha for like a year, so I assume.
Yeah, and everything on that was automated.
Oh no.
Oh, that's true.
Shit.
Yeah.
Let me double check really quick. I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can
Oh.
tell I don't play characters that use weapons. I'm like, how the fuck does this work? Magic is how I work.
Oh, it's a martial weapon.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that would be strength instead of dexterity. Ooh, dirty 20.
Ooh, nice.
20.
All right, yes, go ahead and roll damage, and you get an extra stuff, because now it's your sworn enemy.
Yeah, I know, right? Because I whispered the magic words. Let's see. It was one
It's
1d8.
1d8
Plus-
damage, plus your dexterity modifier, plus that extra bonus.
Oh my god. Okay. 1d8.
No, wait, plus your strength modifier?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
what I'm
know
like,
how
I don't fucking know.
In full disclosure, I've never played a character that has ever had to hit things with weapons.
I know, neither have I.
I've only
Wait.
ever played spellcasters.
I am here to help. I've only ever played characters who hit things with weapons.
I know a
Okay,
short
there
bow
we
is a
go.
finesse weapon.
Right.
I'll say I've had short bows. Short bows are finesse.
Right.
Yeah,
So
but this is
first
a
of
long
all,
bow.
the bow itself talks back to him and says, "Swift death to my enemies," and he whispers, "Swift death to you who have wronged me." And you're like, "What the fuck?" So it's 1d8 plus 3, 6. I don't know what modifiers most.
Let's just do 1d8 plus 3d6. That sounds
Okay.
right.
1d8 plus 3d6.
So, yep, it takes 18 damage, and it's pretty gnarly. You've never seen an arrow pierce into stone before, but boy howdy does this thing pierce in stone, and it leaves this massive crack along its arm. Yeah,
Awesome, yeah.
it's pretty fucking
And-
bad.
Quick answer: a longbow is not finesse; it is heavy and
Okay.
range.
So it deals with
um,
your strength mod, right? Which is...
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it would be strength.
And it's a one
I'm writing that
Um,
down.
Yeah,
Which I guess that makes sense, because, like, a finesse weapon is something really light, and longbows are huge.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fucking huge. All right. All
longbows
right. Yeah.
are like, actual Robin Hood.
Okay, so yeah, instead of using your dex mod, you use your strength mod.
Okay. Yep. So and then, oh yeah. So then anytime it's only him that has advantage from now on, right?
Yes.
No, yeah, because they're sworn enemies, so he's gonna have a range attack. All right. Oh, what can I do? I have hide. Hide in, what is it called? Mask
Oh,
of
hide in
something or
plain
other.
sight.
No,
or
he
the
has-
mask of the Wild.
Mask of the Wild. Yeah, you can attempt to hide even when you are only lightly obscured by foliage. Blah blah blah.
Okay.
Wood elves are cool.
Yeah, wood elves are very cool, and he's in his natural element, so he's gonna be like, all right, bye.
And he slips into the shadows like a ghost.
Right. They're like, what the fuck? Where'd he go?
All right. So next up in the order is Nyla. You have a very shiny rapier now, Nyla.
She's very excited by the shiny rapier. Is the bear still in 5 feet of the
Oh
enemy?
yeah, where am I?
Yeah, no, you unless you you didn't specify
No,
that you
I
moved out of
didn't.
the
I
way.
didn't. Yeah, I didn't move away. Bear is still there, so
Fantastic.
don't move.
Okay, she's gonna do a
Big
sneak attack
fluffy
roll.
brown bear gives you advantage.
Yeah, because you're so small.
Let's hope this time.
Don't jinx it. A 17 is a hit.
Okay, thank God.
Roll damage. It's barely a hit, but roll damage.
Oh God.
23 damage. Nice.
Wow.
Nice. Nice.
And then she's gonna use her bonus action to try to hide in the woods with the guitar.
Both sneaky babies.
Right. The rogue and the elf who's like, I live here, like I can blend into my own my own surroundings.
It is now the golem's turn. The golem has only one target within range of it, and it is the big old brown bear.
It's the bear, yep.
He is going to use both slam attacks on you. They have a +10 to hit.
Boy.
Real quick, how is he holding Sal?
Slung over one shoulder.
Okay.
Damsel style. Okay, so that is... You take 19 bludgeoning damage, Ariazis. And he is also going to use the ability Slow on you.
Oh boy.
The golem targets one or more creature it can see within 10 feet of it. You're the only one within 10 feet. Make a wisdom save, which I believe you have proficiency in, because druid.
Right, exactly.
A 21.
Yep, 21. Sure does.
Alright, so it fails on its attempt to slow you, but that's fine. It is going to use its final action to move 30 feet away from you. Like, it punched you twice in your fluffy little bear face, and then it was like, okay, bye, and then he heads off with Sal.
Like, whatever, I'm done.
We go back up to the top of the order with Ariazis. This monster just punched you in the head and then ran off with your cleric. What the hell?
Yeah. Angry, disgruntled bear noises.
Excuse me,
hello.
sir, that's my emotional support cleric.
Exactly, my emotional support cleric, yeah. Exactly. Yeah, just multi-attack again, so I'm gonna run after it as a
Alright.
bear.
As a bear.
And multi-attack.
And then do some bear stuff to it.
Yep, gonna bite and claw it.
Yeah, that's a hit, yeah.
Okay. +5 for claw.
That is not
Nope.
a hit.
Claw doesn't work, but bite does the chompity chomp. That's 8 piercing damage.
Alrighty. That was Ariazi's turn. Selwyn, it's your turn, my darling. You have advantage on any attack roll you want to do to it.
Okay. How far away is it from me now?
It is now about 40 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna run at least 10 feet closer so I can get within range, and I'm gonna use Witch Bolt.
Yeah, you will. Go ahead and roll to hit with advantage. 13, however, is not a hit. That's just 2 and a 5. You've got Nyla's curse now, Selwyn. A bolt of lightning crackles past it and dissolves in the air. Can I help you with something? Don't interrupt me.
Oh, hello, Mimi.
I'm playing a Dungeons and Dragons. The squeakiest baby.
Okay, I don't think I can do anything else other than continue to run. So I'm just gonna keep, like, close-ish, but not in melee range.
Next up is Salvador. That attempt to escape did not work so well. So he is going to cast Inflict Wounds because it's a touch spell, and he is definitely
Touching
in
it.
touch range. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
So he's since he leveled up, he has one more level 4 spell slot. So he's just going to go ahead and burn that because he wants off this crazy thing.
Yeah.
He has to make a melee spell attack though. Woof. Okay, that's a hit. So that's 60-10 damage.
Woo.
Wow, Sal, that's some good rolls, my boy.
Wow, he really wants off.
He really, really wants off. So his eyes briefly go black. He presses his hands against the golem, and cracks spread out underneath his hands as he recites this incantation. And it is super spoopy. And wow, he has bloodied it with that blow. It's easy to forget that Sal's kind of a badass. Very, very easy to forget. Like, wow, is it easy to forget? Because most of the time he's just like a giant fluffy bunny and he doesn't... Okay, anywho. And when that doesn't work, when he's not let out, he says, "Let me out!" Qatar, you are back up to the top of the order. You are hidden.
He is hidden and slightly aroused by all of this. Like, wow, look at that kid. How old is he? Anyway, we'll have
He's not... I'm 25! I'm not a kid!
Great, perfect.
What?
Younger than my daughter. Excellent. Ariazis is 27, so anyway. Yeah, so he's still sworn enemy. Gonna use... How far away is the golem and...
40 feet by now. 40 feet.
40 feet, okay. Is he... Which item is he gonna use is the question.
I literally did set it up for him to literally swoop in.
I know. It's so true. So he's going to use his flappy cloak. Wings
Flappy
of flying.
cloak. Wings of
That's
flap.
60. Yep, wings of flap.
All right.
can use
So what kind of wings does Qatar turn the cloak into?
I am going to say eagle wings.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
So suddenly the cloak that Qatar is wearing, he gives it one very distinct flap, and the cloak turns into a set of enormous eagle wings. And he can take up to 60 feet. What is he going to try to do when he gets within range?
I guess I will fly, literally swoop in and grab Sal.
All right, make a dex check with advantage.
All right.
A 16. Yeah, a 16 is pretty good. So Qatar, with his eagle wings outspread, flies over and... Do you want to paint me a word picture with this? Swooping in to literally snatch up Salvador?
Right. With like the fading sun glistening off of his arms, his nice beefy arms, as he, the wings outstretched behind him, looking like an angel, if I may. And he reaches down and, grabs Sal, pulls him against his
You
firm
need to
chest.
not do this!
Pulls him against his firm chest because I'm gonna go into the porno now. His firm, oiled, chiseled chest.
He's wearing armor, I assume.
He is wearing armor, but you can definitely feel it through the armor.
You can feel the oil on his chest through the armor. Okay. Yeah, Sal
You can feel his manliness through the armor. Okay, not the oil, the manliness. All right. Anyway,
Sal's in the corner freaking out like, really? You really should not have done this! So that is Qatar's turn. Nyla, you're up next.
So wait, did they end up actually grabbing Sal away?
yes,
Yes!
with his big, strong, beefy arms, and now they're locked in embrace in the air.
Nyla momentarily just stares in awe at the sight. And then gets her wits back together and is gonna go and just do another hard, just straight up fucking attack. It's 30 feet away, right?
40 feet.
40 feet. I cannot actually get that far, I don't think.
You can use bite, I think, if you get within 20 feet, I think it is.
Yes, good point. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so she'll run up and she will throw a dagger at it. She just pops out of the woods.
And you actually have advantage because Ariazis is within 5 feet of it.
Oh, fantastic. Jesus
noises.
fucking Christ!
Wow, it's happening again!
Nyla looks disgusted at the dagger and recalls it and it just sort of stares off at the scary golem.
Stares
feel
into
like
the distance. Am I losing my touch?
Nyla, a single tear rolls down her face.
Sad piano music starts up in the background. Okay, that was Nyla's turn. It is now the golem's turn. The golem would normally be pressed to keep running because he has his quarry, but then his quarry is not there anymore. And he is very, very upset. I don't think... Qatar had to use at least 40 feet of his 60 feet movement to get to Sal, and then he had to use his action, so he would have had a maximum of 20 feet left from his cloak of Flappy. So where in 20 feet would he have gone with Sal? Away or up or what?
Up, definitely up to it, like a tree, above the golem.
He does not like that. Unfortunately, he doesn't have a lot he can do. He is just a big old stone.
Yeah, it's I can't fucking climb or fly. Fuck.
No, wait! He's gonna pick Ariazis up and throw her.
Oh my god!
Oh, shit.
Bear!
Make a... What would this even be? I don't know.
God.
I guess a dex save?
The bear's dex is +0. That's really good to know.
That's good, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
10
boy.
is not gonna do it, my friend.
Nope, it's just a big old bear.
So you are picked up in both hands by this massive golem and thrown straight into the air, and I guess he needs to make an attack roll. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
boy. Oh boy.
Alright, so you are thrown 20 feet into the air and you crash into your father in Salvador.
Oh.
And then you all fall and take 2d10 points of falling damage. You all take 14 points of damage. So go ahead and subtract that from both Ariazis and Qatar.
Yep, Ariazis is at 1. It's okay. She's still a bear, but barely. Barely.
Ah!
I hate puns.
Bear puns, bear puns. And also, you are no longer flying, and you all land in a very undignified pile. So, you know what? I'm gonna say it. Sal lands directly on top of Qatar.
Oh yeah.
Because why not?
Why not?
I can't ship my main ship, so I'm gonna have to ship my off ship for a while. Okay, so that was the golem's turn. It is out of action. Sorry, Aussies, we're back up to the top of the order. With your turn.
Where did the bear land?
You initially landed sort of half on top of Sal, but then you managed to roll off because you're quick enough that like you would have crushed him to death.
Yeah, I know, a bear.
He's a twink. But you roll off in time to see Salvador lying on top of your father, and it's a little bit weird.
Just like, okay, I have 1 hit point left as a bear, so.
Salvador's like, I can't. Oh God, I can heal you, but he cannot look away because he's too gay.
Yep, he's too gay, and Qatar is still, I would say, had 1 arm slung around him, like making sure that he didn't drop him. Where the golem is where now? How far away?
You are about 20 feet away from the golem.
Okay. I am still a bear, so I will try to barrel clock it one last time.
Get one last bear in.
Yeah, here, let's do the bite and see what happens. Nope. Let's try the claw, see what happens.
Nope.
Nope, neither one. She's like, okay.
I mean, you do have 1 hit point as a bear, in fairness. So.
Exactly. It was hard. Also, I just fell, and it was, far.
Yeah, you're a little discombobulated. It's understandable.
The bear's like,
Selwyn, you're up.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna do the... What's around it?
Just Ariazis.
Just bear.
How close?
Melee range.
Yeah,
But
it doesn't matter. It's fine. I'll just revert back.
And also, you've got Sal in her back pocket now, who can heal her if anything happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sal's on the ground now, so it's fine.
He's a little distracted,
Oh, yeah, that's true.
but he's not so distracted he wouldn't remember to heal his very good friend, so.
Alright, so I'm gonna cast Shatter at a 2nd level.
Ooh, Shatter. They because he is a construct, he has some sort of disadvantage on a save, right?
Yes. Here, I'll copy paste the description, but yes.
Shatter's a cool spell.
Creature made of inorganic material such as
Definitely.
stone, crystal, or metal has
Definitely.
disadvantage on a saving throw. It's a con save.
A con save. Well, he's got a +5 to con, but he does have... what's your spell save DC?
Is 16, so that's not going to do
That's
it.
not going to do it. All right, this is going to be quite a lot of damage.
Quite a lot of damage.
All right, 16 damage. Oof. There's a very loud... So, Ariazis, you are also going to take that damage.
Okay.
Subtract that. So you have -15 as a tiefling now, I believe.
I will remove current conditions bear. I will delete that.
A painfully loud burst of sound clatters around you, and the golem takes the brunt of it. Salvador's like, I'll heal you! Oh, it's actually his turn. But for a second, he's having gay panic. And it takes him a minute. Oh god! He scrambles off Qatar, runs over to Ariazis, and he's going to drop his last 3rd level spell slot healing you.
Oh, yeah, I was like, she's fine.
Oh, she only took 16 points of damage, that's true. So he's only going to use a 2nd level spell slot in that case. You gain all of that back. You are now back up to full, Ariazis.
Okay, great. Oh, thank you. I didn't need it too much, but thank you.
And then he like ducks behind you. Please kill it!
Okay.
Qatar, you are up next.
All right.
The extraordinarily gay boy just climbed off you to heal your daughter.
Well, that's good, I guess. A little flighty, that one, but all right. He still has advantage. He's gonna whip out Oath Bow.
Qatar stands up. He fires off another bow, and it whizzes past. Fires another arrow. We can't fire a bow. Fires
like,
another arrow. He throws his entire bow at the golem. The arrow whizzes past.
You actually fire the bow. You fire an arrow from your bow.
Ah, yes.
You do fire a bow.
You want to
Anyway.
get? I will get petty about semantics if you let me.
He's like, oh well, and goes back to, Mask of the Wild hiding.
All right, Nyla, you're next up in the order.
And I was just staring around at all this magic and nonsense going on. Just like, I don't understand why we don't just use our simple weapons. Just attack things with your daggers. I'm just gonna let's try this shit again, see what happens.
I don't have a weapon.
Well, get one.
I won't know how to use it.
That's a good point. You would not. Never mind.
I feel like as a noble, he totally would have had dueling classes.
As a twink, I don't think so.
A 19 is a hit.
Yes.
And yes, you would think as a noble he would have had classes, but unfortunately he doesn't remember most of his life, so...
Right, exactly. Sadly, his life is a lie.
Nyla's getting all sorts of ideas. They're gonna go dagger throwing tonight.
Like, after this, I'm gonna teach Sal how to protect himself.
21... Jesus, 21 damage!
Wow!
Fuck off!
Finally, some good
When I-
food.
When I do finally get the chance to hit things, it does work out well generally.
Yeah, and rogues are OP. Alright, it is now the golem's turn.
Oh wait, she also does a recall, sorry.
Oh, yeah, do the recall damage too. Sorry, I forgot about that. A whole other 3 damage.
Full 3 damage.
We're all very proud of you. Next up in the order is the golem. The golem is going to try to knock you out of the way. He's going to use his slam attack on... Well, he's got 2 slam attacks, so he's going to attack you twice, Ariazis. Oh, that's
okay.
a nat 20, my dear!
Oh, shit!
Okay, alright.
Alright,
Let's, yeah.
that is 38 points of damage. Of bludgeoning damage. And then it's going to attack you again and try to knock you down. Oh my god!
What?
Oh my god!
Oh god, Ariazis is gonna die.
2 nat 20s in a row I call bullshit.
Wow!
Wow, okay, yeah.
That's a total of 76 points of damage.
Yeah, she's
Oh.
definitely out. Out cold.
Salvador. Oh my god, Ariazis!
Ariazis!
And the golem is then gonna try to grab Salvador, I guess, again, with his last action. Salvador has to make a dexterity saving throw to get out. Oh, that's not a good roll, Sal! So nope, Sal is grabbed again. We are back up to the top of the order. Ariazis, make a death save!
Oh boy. Qatar, you hear angry leaves, like, in Qatar's voice, like, no! Bing, bam, boom.
That's a success.
Okay.
That's all you get to do on your turn, however.
Yeah, exactly. That's all. She's unconscious. So.
Selwyn, you are up next.
Oh god.
Sprawled on the forest floor, her beautiful hair full of twigs.
And your healer was just grabbed.
And, yeah, your emotional support healer was, yeah, whisked away. Kidnapped.
Cleric
napped.
I cannot believe it rolled 2 nat 20s in a row. Oh my god.
Same.
Alright, lightning crackles from my fingers, and I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt again at a 2nd level.
Alright, roll damage, or roll to hit. Oh, 23 is a hit, yes.
Yes!
Roll damage.
Okay, so
She's
that's
pissed.
gonna
You killed my girlfriend!
Before she could even become my girlfriend!
This is just breaking the rules. 18, Jesus, 18, y'all are killing it today.
Yay!
be... Thank God.
I know, right?
Like, literally, you are literally killing it. It's
Good,
not quite
because we
dead, but
want
it
to.
is almost dead.
We want to
Good.
kill it. Mhm.
Next up, Salvador. Salvador's gonna try to get out. Maybe he can actually roll a dex save worth his goddamn life. God damn it, Sal!
He's too gay. He's just too gay.
Alright, he's gonna use his last remaining spell to cast Inflict Wounds at the highest level spell he has, because get off, get off, get off, get off! There we go. Let's do some fucking damage. 3d10, 4d10, 5d10 damage. 22 points of damage. It is so close to being dead.
Ooh!
Salvador is normally he's like, he quietly mutters his incantations when he's casting spells, but this time he is screaming the incantation directly in the golem's face. Qatar, you are up next.
Kill it, kill it,
You
kill it,
have knocked out his daughter. He is fucking pissed. Alright, so we are going to use a spell. It needs to make a dex save because I'm going to cast Wall of Thorns at level 6.
A dex save? I have good news. Its dex mod is -1.
And it rolls a nat fucking 20.
God, shut up. I hate you. Okay.
What's the spell save DC?
Is 16.
Alright, so that's a success, so that's half damage, I assume.
Alright. Wall of Thorns. Okay, so it is 7d8, so half of that.
Yes. Oh, Sal has to make a dex save, too. Nope. Sal can't make a dex save today.
Oh, no.
So he's going to take full damage, so go ahead and just roll 7d, or whatever the damage is. Alright, Sal takes 36 points of damage.
Oh
Oopsies.
god.
That's okay. He's still got some hit points left. Not a lot, but some. He's got 9. So this wall of thorns, Katara, I imagine, does something very rageful, like screaming about, "Get off my daughter!"
Yeah, exactly. Like,
And then this
revenge!
wall of thorns sprouts up around it, hitting Salvador pretty hard, and the golem immediately capitulates. Salvador falls out of the wall of thorns, covered in wounds, like, just bloodied from head to toe. But he does not even notice it. We're out of initiative order. He runs right over to Ariazis. He's going to use his last level 2 spell slot to heal her. Ariazis, you come awake with 17 hit points. Ariazis, are you okay?
I'm fine. What happened to you?
Oh, there's some thorns or something. I don't know. He helps you up. We're out of initiative order, by the way.
Yeah.
Congrats, you have felled the golem. You solved my golem puzzle.
Oh boy.
With violence.
With
actually.
violence.
As always, yeah. Qatar just looks very apologetic, like, I am sorry about the injuries.
Listen, we had some priorities to worry about.
My only priority is Ariazis, you are correct.
Exactly. So he's helping you to your feet, Ariazis. He has 9 hit points, so he does not look great.
Right.
Um,
Can some, like, what does she have? Does she have any healing?
I'm
No.
fine. I just need to lie down for a little bit.
Okay, alright. That's fine. Lying down is good.
You may need to stay here that night.
Yeah,
at your
Mr.
tree.
Qatar, would you mind if we had a little nap in your tree fort?
I would be more than happy to let you do that.
Great, Sal loses consciousness.
That's not my... Okay. I was gonna say, like, Qatar just, like, shrugs and scoops him up.
he's a limp noodle.
Yep, the limb noodle, so he's like, alright, let's go back to the house.
Nyla's gonna go over to the corpse of the golem though before we leave and like look at the note on its chest.
Yes, vengefully the Exarch.
And she turns over to the rest of the group. She's like, "Did y'all see this? Like, I
Did
know
we?
there was a lot of running around and stuff, but there's a personal note on here apparently for us.
Again.
Not again.
This is starting to get a little concerning."
Does Qatar know anything about an exarch? Like, are they gonna tell him anyway, by the way?
Are you
Yes.
going to tell him?
Yes.
What kind of note is there?
Well, so this reference is something we've heard before. The Exarch is referring to the Exarch of the cult of Bashaba. It's related to all of this that we're going through. I'm really concerned that they managed to find us immediately upon our return from the Shadowfell. Like, immediately?
Yep.
Right, can I roll something? Does Qatar know anything about the exarch?
You could roll plus religion.
Okay. Nope, not good enough. Not great.
With an 11, Qatar knows that there are cults of Bashaba.
Yep.
He knows that a high-ranking member of the cult of Bashaba would usually be called a Doom Master. It's spelled like it sounds, but I'll just type it just in case.
Yeah.
It is possible, like, Exarch is a very general term, and if you are talking, it is, like, you could be a Doom Master and an Exarch of this particular cult, so Doom Masters are not to be fucked with. They are very, very powerful. And yes, it would probably be very alarming to his fatherly instincts, like, there's a Doom Master out for my daughter, and I guess her stupid friends or whatever.
Yeah. It's come after you before, this exarch.
Yes. Yeah,
That is something that we need to perhaps discuss not outside.
Through this whole conversation, by the way, Sal has been unconscious and over Qatar's shoulder.
Right, exactly. So he just, like, slings him over like game, like, alright, let's go back.
Alright, so if there's anything you guys want to talk about while you are having your long rest, do so now, but you do benefit from a long rest. Safe in Qatar's little tree fort. You get your spell slots back. Yes.
God. There's nothing like being a wizard and warlock who
I know.
can't cast above a level 2.
I was gonna say, didn't you get an extra level 4 slot? No, you didn't. You leveled up as a warlock, not a wizard.
Uh-huh.
Lol.
Although, because I am dual classing, I actually get a really awesome feature that allows me to use either spell slot. Like, it allows me to
Awesome.
use a wizard spell slot or a warlock spell slot. So if I run out of wizard ones, I could use a warlock slot,
Neat.
and vice versa.
Alright, is there anything we need to talk about? Well, Sal's unconscious.
I should mention his unconsciousness is not like mechanical unconsciousness. He's not unconscious because he has 0 hit points. He's unconscious because he just took like
He just
8d10 thorn damage,
Right, exactly.
and he needs a minute to recuperate.
Right.
It's been a bad day.
It's been a very bad day. That is true.
Well, I mean, we should talk about, now that we're back, should I use the Scroll of Wish to try to bring Mordenkainen back?
Not the direction I was expecting you to take with that, but interesting. Go on.
Do we really need to? Like, didn't the Raven Queen, like, Ariazis really hate saying that, like, that goddess in the Shadowfell say that it could be anybody, high level wizard, magic person?
Don't we owe it to him?
That is true. He did help us.
To the dead wizard?
Yes.
He did help us, Nyla.
I don't remember a lot about that. I just,
He sacrificed himself so that we could get into the Shadowfell.
If it was the shiny dude, we'd all be dead, I'm pretty sure. I just got that feeling from his husband that, he would hunt us down until we were all dead.
I mean, you mean his husband who literally gave us this bomb that's sitting
Yep.
in my bag?
That one. don't know.
Selwyn, roll
Well-
Arcana.
Okie dokie.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Selwyn,
They are a wizard.
Yeah.
you are correct in your assessment that if you were going to bring back Mordenkainen, the only way to do it would be with a Scroll of Wish. However, and here's the big however, every time you cast Wish, even with a scroll, there is a 1 in 3 chance you will never be able to cast Wish again. And that is something that I think would surface in your mind, weighing the pros and cons of this.
Yeah. So even as I'm saying all this, I'm like, okay, I bring it up because I feel indebted to him, but there's also a really big chance I can never use this spell again if I try it. And we might need it.
That's true. We might need it. Qatar also, very...
Yeah, Qatar definitely knows about Wish. And any spellcaster worth their salt will know about Wish. He would also know that it is a very dangerous and volatile spell if you don't use it correctly.
Right, and he's going to mention, the Feywild is extremely dangerous, and you may need it, it's true. It just depends on how much you feel you owe this Mordenkainen.
Selwyn looks really, really conflicted, but she's not going to make the decision alone. She's
Doesn't
leaving
this
it up to
spell
the
have,
group.
very dangerous side effects?
It does.
When you use it to replicate the effects of another spell, not so much. When you do literally anything else with it, yes.
Okay. So it wouldn't necessarily have the put you out of commission for...
Yeah, if she was using it to cast True Resurrection, then no, it would not have any dangerous side effects. It's an interesting thought though, and I like that you have put it on the table. It's an interesting thing to talk about.
Well,
It is.
It's something that's been on Selwyn's mind literally the entire time.
Understandably, yeah.
It's true, he could help us, and you're the one who has the scroll.
And it is worth mentioning that Escher can also help you with the memory thing. It doesn't have to be Mordenkainen.
Yeah, it can be anybody with, a level 9, right?
Anyone who can cast Dispel Magic who has a level 9 spell slot, which includes clerics. Little powerful clerics. Sal can't do shit about it.
Selwyn fidgets. She glances at Sal and at Nyla.
Sal is still unconscious unless you shake him
Oh,
awake.
Sal's
Right,
unconscious.
exactly. That was just no.
If you want him to weigh in on the morality of the situation, you could wake him up, but it's up to you.
I mean, I have a feeling I know what he would say.
There's a chance you don't want him to weigh in on the morality of it. Yeah.
There's a reason that we took that he gave me the scroll.
I mean, I hate to say this, but he did give his life for us.
I mean, I can always try it later.
It's true that you do not have a time limit with Wish.
So I can hold on to it, and if we have nothing else that requires it, I could just use it then.
Interesting. Interesting. Jotting down some notes if you
Some
don't
notes.
mind.
Yeah, again, Qatar is going to emphasize that the Feywild is, changeable, it's dangerous, and he just really wants his daughter to come back alive, and
Well, so was the Shadowfell, and that was fine, mostly. That was mostly fine. There were some undead trolls and near-death experiences, but aside from that, there was a very lovely town of werewolves.
Aside from all the things that tried to kill us, it was really fine.
Aside from that time that, Selwyn wooed a goddess.
Yeah, Selwyn slept with a queen, so I think it's fine.
did Nyla say that
Yes.
out loud? Like,
We'll just find a goddess of the Feywild for Selwyn to sleep with, and then we'll be fine.
Qatar like stares at Selene like, oh, and Ariazi is like looks at Selwyn and then like looks at her father and is just like like narrows her eyes at Qatar, and he's like, oh, never mind. I see that there's some baggage there. Alrighty, moving on. As long as you know that the Feywild is dangerous and you may need that spell, it is up to you how you use it.
Well, why don't we sleep on it? I mean, it's not like he's gonna be
More dead, yeah.
more dead
Yeah,
in the
it's
morning.
It doesn't have to be right now.
Be
The
equally
limit
dead in
on,
the morning.
I believe the limit on true resurrection is like 100 years.
Yeah, it's...
True resurrection is an extraordinarily powerful spell. All right, you all benefit from a long rest.
I think Selwyn does want to ask Qatar, based on when they left, how long have they been gone?
You, by your reckoning, you met Ariazis and went off on your grand ridiculous adventure like about a year ago. But Qatar has not seen you in over 2 years. So there has definitely been some time dilation. Not as much as there could have been, you suspect, but not nothing.
So, we left in winter. What season did we come back to?
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Okay. It would probably be also winter, but like the next winter.
Again.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's been a year.
Yeah, closer to spring this time. Yeah.
Okay.
Before we skip to this part where you leave, I would like to do one quick scene. Nyla? Nyla,
What?
make a wisdom save.
Oh God.
What?
Make a wisdom save! You heard me!
Motherfucker.
You heard the DM.
You know I don't have a modifier.
Oh boy.
That's not good enough, Nyla. You wake up and you are paralyzed.
What
Motherfucker.
the?
You cannot move a single muscle. Salvador leans down over you and he says, I win!
Ariadne wakes up and is like, oh my God, he did it.
I
On
win!
the way to wake her up.
I win this one!
Selwyn has been watching this and is laughing her ass off.
Oh my god. Niles, I think can she move her eyes? Her eyes are just frantically darting back and forth.
It has a 1 minute duration. Yeah, you can move your eyes, but that's about it.
Oh my god.
And Salvador is still over you like, I win this one! You don't get to stab me this time!
You son of a bitch.
Maybe don't stab your friends when you wake up, Nyla.
Oh my god.
Nyla can't talk, but she's very upset.
That was hold person for the audience at home. The spell hold person.
I so hope you're
Good
happy
job,
that you
Sam.
wasted a fucking spell slot.
Not wasted!
Yeah, you always seem to stab him, so I don't think it's wasted.
Alright, you have woken up the next morning. Nyla, you don't get to stab Salvador.
Worth it, exactly. Maria agrees.
Nyla does, however, steal something. What does she steal?
He doesn't have anything valuable.
I know, she just wants to steal something inconvenient.
I'm looking at his inventory. You could you could steal his priest pack.
Oh my
Sweet.
God.
She steals that.
He'd be like, what?
It's something he wouldn't notice immediately, but then like when he needs a candle, you're like, where the fuck is my priest pack?
Yep, that's exactly what happens. First thing she wakes up and she's just like, you motherfucker. And she just fucking pockets his priest pack.
Alright, so correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounded like you wanted to go to Neverwinter, or to the Tremaine estate specifically,
Yes.
to catch up. Okay. It is it is a couple days on the road. Do you have any last minute words any goodbye words for your daddy, Ariazis?
We'll be back.
No, to be more specific, does he have any parting words for her?
Yeah.
Like, you almost died.
Yeah, she almost died. He's like, I want to say be safe, but I know that will have the opposite effect.
Salvador's like, don't worry, I'll be healing her. He glares at Ariazis like,
And I'll keep him alive.
After seeing what you can do today, I trust you with my daughter's life. However, if you bring her back to me and she's not alive, neither will you.
okay. Luckily, I know Revivify.
Good. Ceremonies.
Salvador is both terrified and turned on. It's not a good look on him.
Right. He's just like, Guitar's just like, okay, and I don't know, takes off his shirt and goes to chop wood. Well, I don't know. What do they do in romance novels? I don't know.
I don't fucking know either.
I don't read this hetero shit.
So, yes, you all take the long road back toward Neverwinter. It is later in the next winter than the one that you left in. And literally the only reason it is still winter is because I like winter and you guys can suck a toe.
Ew. Ew to winter and ew to sucking toes. I'm not into that.
You come back to the Tremaine estate. It is pretty much exactly as you remembered. The snow is a little deeper, however. Who wants to knock?
Ariazis can knock. With
Milo
her staff.
pushes Sal forward.
So I was like, what? Why me?
In case the pretty one shows up.
But that's the reason it shouldn't be me.
I'm gonna say, like, Ariazis reaches around him and, like, uses her staff to knock on the door.
All right. The first one to come to the door is, unfortunately, well, not the prettiest one. It's Ember.
Hey, I am the prettiest one.
Of course you are. Of course
Ember
you
would
are.
think that, yeah.
The Lord
Go look at the
Tremaine
shiny
answers the
one.
door.
Wearing sweatpants.
This is what he does when his husband is out of town.
Vasha
I
from
don't
the
know how
other
to dress
room.
myself without Escher, I'm sorry.
Vasha from the
sweatpants-
other room, teasingly.
Import-
You have servants for that.
Importantly, the sweatpants do have the sun symbol of
Of
Lathander.
Lathander, of course. Like, what about right on the crotch? How about a sun
Yes,
right
they
there?
Oh
do. Yep.
God.
Yep.
Or a sun on the ass. Each cheek has a sun.
A trip stamp.
That's actually very on brand.
Lathander booty shorts.
So Ember opens the door and looks down at all of them and he goes, "Oh, I didn't think you'd be back alive."
Thanks for the vote of confidence.
Hmm.
You're welcome.
Is Escher home?
No, Esther's actually left for a bit. But do you want to come in? We're just making.
Yeah.
I
It's
don't know what we're
cold,
making.
yes, please.
Basha, what are we making for dinner?
You let me cook?
Everything falls apart when Escher's out of town. It just like the entire estate just collapses under his
I'm
loss.
sorry, I didn't know I was supposed to cook.
A big bachelor pad. You mean we don't have dinner? Ember
Baku
looks
comes
scorned.
down like, where is my rabbit stuff? Escher is the one who knows this. I can't find anything.
So anyway, yes, you all come inside. It definitely looks like it needs some tidying up.
Ember turns around and looks at Selwyn and he goes, "I hope you know better than to bring that skeleton into my house this time."
I'm right here. I can hear you.
Ember pulls out his fucking sword.
Ah!
Please don't. Please don't.
Soldier's like, oh, okay. Sassy, why don't you wait outside? Sassy's like, absolutely not. But then Sal immediately picks Sassy up and like okay, outside.
This is the house of Lathander. Did you not see my
It's a
sweatpants?
house of Lathander. It says Lathander on the booty. It's fine. It's true. He drops Sassy outside. Sassy's like cursing up a storm.
Yeah.
But Salvador just closes the door.
Ember's like, "Great. Well, now that we've got that settled, look."
Oh, by the way, right after you say that, you hear, "Ah!" And then the door is banged upon.
Oh,
what the fuck?
I'm sorry in advance about your door.
So I was
What
like,
the
no,
hell is that noise?
don't kill it. That's Stormy.
Yeah, please don't. That's my son.
That's
Don't do that.
what?
That's Stormy.
Vasha comes running in. Why do I hear that? What is
Ember throws open the
that? A
door.
Grey
He's like,
Ranger?
You see the gray render towering in front of you. It cannot fit in the door, and it seems very upset.
What kind of abomination?
That's Stormy! He's our friend! It's okay!
This specifically mine. Please don't. I'm sorry, he's very stupid, so I can't tell him not to come in, but I hope he doesn't. Don't come in.
Ah!
I know.
Ember puts his head in his hands, and he's like, if you 3, 4, if you could just keep your pets outside of my house, that would be great.
Ah!
Yes, we understand.
Stormy, stay! Stormy,
Are there any
stay!
other pets that you would like me to tell me about while I'm here?
No.
Stormy tries to fit into the door, and it doesn't work.
Oh my god, okay. Maybe I will wait outside.
Sit, boy.
It doesn't work. He's still trying to fit himself into the door, but he can't. And his int mod is so low that he's just gonna keep trying.
Ariazi's gonna step outside of the door okay, I could stay here with him.
Stormy stops and sits down next to you instead.
Yep, there we go. See, he's fine. He's fine if I'm here.
So I was like,
Okay.
alright, I guess we'll update you later.
Yep, that's fine.
Great. Okay. This is a weird motley. I can't wait to see people are out of our lives.
Ariazi's
No
from
offense.
outside. I agree!
It's just, you killed my best wizard friend is dead, and it's just been, we just wanted to retire.
Oh god,
It
I
was
just had a
rough
really
time.
sad thought.
Eh?
The reason they're in such a mess isn't because Escher's gone, it's because they're in mourning. Oh no!
Oh
Now my heart hurts!
no! Oh no, now they're sad, yeah.
Now I have a sad.
Selwyn's ears are drooped as low as they go.
Ember looks at me as well. I mean, I guess the quickest way to get out of here. Escher's not here. He left to go do some gossiping. Honestly, actually, it was the best thing could have done for him. It got his mind off of Mordenkainen, so it probably worked out for the best. But he gave me a letter to give to you. So it's somewhere around here. Vasha, where is the letter?
On the table in the hall, you nitwit!
It is not here. Come look. It's not here.
Oh my god.
Sounds like, wow,
Okay.
y'all a mess, huh?
It's been a really. It's been really. It's rough.
Oh,
It's rough.
Yeah.
Listen, you don't know how much you appreciate a wizard's tidying spells until they're not there.
I suppose so.
Also, he was a really good friend of ours. He helped us save the world a couple of times, actually. So, here's your
Eventually, they find the letter. So I'm going to post this in Tabletop, and I'm also going to read it out loud because this is a podcast. Mostly ladies. If Ember gave you this letter, it means that I wasn't around when you came back. Apologies in advance. Trying to get to the bottom of this little betrothed to a demon thing you set me on has led me down a deep, dark rabbit hole, to the point where I'm honestly not comfortable leaving it in writing, even in the hands of my husband on the estate where I live. There are some powerful and dangerous people involved, and because I am the way that I am, I can't leave well enough alone. The short version of the story is that I'm talking to a friend of mine who sits on the court at Baldur's Gate. She knows everything about everyone, and I think I might be able to track some leads down with her help. If you want, you could wait for me at the Tremaine estate, or if you'd rather, you can come join me in Waterdeep. I'll be staying at the Silent Shield under my bachelor name, just in case, Escher Linz. I don't know yet how that squirrely little cleric of yours got roped into this, but this is deeper than you realize. Watch your back. There are some bad folks looking for you. With love, Escher.
Does Sal die because it says with love, Escher?
He's married, shush.
Escher's married. He knows he can't go for it.
Yeah.
Nyla looks at the letter and she goes, look, I don't know about you, but I don't think we should stay here.
Outside you hear, "Arr!"
And that being the least of our worries.
Ember looks up and he's like, so I read the letter, just because, Escher should have known better than to give me a letter and say not to read it. Anyways, you should definitely go meet him in Waterdeep, just to make sure he's not in any trouble.
And so you get out of my house.
Right. He's like, but, preferably also so you leave me the fuck alone.
Mostly so that your weird monsters don't tear up my garden.
So Sal says, all right, I mean, we never really been to Waterdeep. We only just passed through the one time. I hear it's really nice in the winter.
Nyla's bouncing up and down. She's like, we're gonna go to a city. We're going to a city. We're going to a city. There's gonna be so much stuff to steal.
Qatar. How long after your daughter and her coterie depart for Neverwinter do you yourself head out to the Starmounts?
That's a good question. I would say probably at most 2 days, probably the next day.
Does Qatar do anything special? Like he's never met this family is royalty, and he has never met them before. So does he do anything special?
He sure does. He is wearing his absolute best that, of course, Ariazis has embroidered.
Oh, that's cute. Sorry.
Yeah, right.
That hit me right in the father-daughter feels for some reason. I don't know why.
Right. His outfit that I actually have, it's blue, that she's embroidered. And yeah, so he's got this, he only breaks it out for special occasions. He's got this really nice, deep blue embroidered shirt on. He's got his dreads are nicely pulled back into a ponytail so that it's just, he looks more refined.
All right. So he has never met this family. He's never been to this place. Is there anything in particular he's expecting of what little he knows about this family?
Probably he's just a little bit nervous because, he's a hermit, so he doesn't really interact with people that much. Much less royalty.
Well, kind of royalty.
Yeah, kind of royalty, exactly. Important people.
Definitely important people, yes.
Yeah, definitely important people. So,
the Anaran family, they are particularly notable because it is rumored that they have Eladrin blood in them. And I'm not going to make you roll for that because I'm telling you this lore. Right. And because I'm setting this up for a thing. Eladrin are the... Okay, so the Shadowfell have Shadarkai, elves that have been touched by the bleakness and the despair of the Shadowfell. Their counterpart are elves who were born and raised in the Feywild, the Eladrin, who are very, very changeable in their nature. They, depending on their mood, they can look completely different. Mm-hmm. As an elf, he probably has a deep and abiding respect for Eladrin, probably not some small amount of admiration.
Yeah.
As the journey from his treehouse, his tree fort, let's call it what it is. It's a tree fort.
Yep.
The journey from his tree fort to the Star Mounts it takes a day or two, not long, by Elven standards certainly. But the closer he gets, the more he realizes that something seems to be wrong. The trees get thinner the higher that he climbs, and he knows that they shouldn't be. And as he ascends higher and higher, his keen elven senses are able to pick up the fading scent of smoke. By the time you get to what you know should be the Anaran respite, the grove that they protect, all you see is this wasteland of burnt trees. And now that you're looking more closely, corpses of elves.
Oh boy.
I would like him to roll an investigation check. Could have been worse, could have been better.
Yeah.
So with an 11, I imagine, you tell me, what is Qatar feeling when he sees this?
Yeah, first of all, smelling the smoke, that already makes him panic. It is forbidden to bring fire anywhere near the High Forest, and that makes him, panic. And then once he sees all of the burnt trees and the corpses, he just, his stomach drops, and he just... I would say he's probably afraid, what happened here, and
judging with that 11 in investigation, you think the corpses have been, based on the state of their decay, you think the corpses have been here for probably at least 3 years, which for an elf that's not very long. He's sure that the Anaran Glade could go for decades without a single visitor. Just because, elves live such a long time, and because they're already pretty secretive and closed off, right. And they don't generally take visitors. So it's probably been about 4 years. Most of the bodies have skeletonized. Where would Qatar, what would he do? Where would he try to go, or what would he look at?
I guess he would look at the trees and the corpses to see if he could figure out what did this.
So with an 11, you can't glean too much detail with an 11, but you can tell, it's a very obvious sign to elvish eyes anyway, that this fire has been deliberately set. You can see an ignition point, not far from the main entrance to the glade, which is, as you know, one of the worst things that you can do
right.
in the High Forest. That's a high crime.
It is.
And especially... And these corpses, you can tell, one of them is missing a head. A fire can't pull someone's head off.
Right.
So not only was this sacred glade burned, but the Anarins, it looks like, were murdered. As he moves a little bit further toward the head of the Unicorn Run, the sacred spot that he knows would be the main entrance to the Feywild, you have heard stories about this place, about it being preternaturally beautiful. You know, with willow trees encircling this wide, deep blue lake, and surrounding the lake was a fairy ring. You know, like a mythological fairy ring, a ring of mushrooms that made the ground particularly beautiful. The fairy ring is still there because fire can't destroy a fairy ring. Fairy rings are way too powerful. But the trees, the willow trees that you heard legends of, are completely gone. They're absolutely blackened. And collapsed at the edge of this deep blue lake is a corpse wearing a very familiar gemmed circlet. It's a wooden crown with sapphire gems set into it. And I would like Qatar to roll history, please.
Not great again.
Well, it's not that bad. And also because it's almost common knowledge, because like I said, this family is basically royalty to nature worshippers. And you recognize this crown. You recognize her as Lisette Anarin. Lisette Anarin was the matriarch of the Anarin family. And her crown is unmistakable. She was a very, very powerful druid. She was the head of her circle. An archdruid, technically.
An archdruid. Ooh.
And seeing her dead at your feet is probably, I'd imagine, pretty harrowing for Qatar.
Yeah, for sure.
Qatar, I imagine, kind of, would he think to perform last rites or anything like that? As a druid, I believe he can.
Yes, definitely. He would be like, oh, don't worry, I will do what I can for you.
So Qatar leans down and he starts performing the last rites. The last thing that you heard about Lisette Anarin, you heard about it it was the last time you went out to the village, which is, you know, probably like 10, 15, 20 years ago. Like, you don't get out much. Yeah. But the last thing you heard about Lisette Anarin was that she had recently fallen pregnant, and that she had a son about 25 years ago, and that son had been chosen very early as a cleric of the goddess Eldath. Hey friends, it's your favorite DM, Tessa Crowley. Can't wait for the next episode? Good news, you can join our Discord server to download episodes in pre-release, weeks before anyone else, at bit.ly/cfcdiscord. If you want more information on the show, character sheets, and social media links, head to our website, critfail.club or critfailclub.com. Full episodes are available on our YouTube channel, bit.ly/cfcchannel, and wherever you get your podcasts.
There's a family.
What is that sound?
Yeah, what is that sound?
Sorry, there's something on my mic I had to get off.
Okay. That was a very distressing sound. No!
No!
This is the bad place!
No, yeah, exactly. It's a bad place.
That's the one who does literally all the terrible effects.
I know,
all
right?
the horrible, horrible Foley.
Die mad about it.
I'm sorry, I'm done.
Okay.